Yo, what's going on, guys? FaZe Blaziken or Lucas here, and I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. Now, today's video is not really like a motivational video. It's more of a Blaziken life story, but this video is for the little guy, for those of you out there who are, you know, not the tallest people in the world. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys something that probably a lot of you guys don't know. As many of you do know, I'm a pretty tall person. I'm 6'2", and unless you're also 6'2" or above, you know, that's pretty tall. But, and this is the thing that you probably didn't know about me, I actually used to be one of the shortest, if not the shortest kid in my grade for a long time. In 8th grade, I actually had a really small class, small middle school class of I think about only 60, 70 kids. But me and one other kid in that grade, one other boy, were the shortest boys in the whole grade. So in 8th grade, yeah, I was the shortest kid in my grade. And that's something that most people don't know about me. I used to be the short one. I used to be a pretty short kid. And it was really, really bad for me. Like, at that time, it was definitely the worst thing in my life was the fact that I was a lot shorter than all my other friends, you know, everybody. I was shorter than everybody. Especially when I went from middle school into high school, my freshman year of high school, that was really where I was the most upset. What frustrated me the most and got me, you know, almost to the point of depression. It's kind of weird to say. When he's just supposed to be, you know, like a happy-go-lucky kid, I was actually a really frustrated, sad kid. The most frustrating part was the fact that I wasn't growing. I wasn't growing. Out of everybody in my friend group, you know, my close friends, I was the shortest one. I played a lot of sports back then, especially during that freshman year of high school. I was really, really into sports, especially soccer, you know, as you can see by my sweatshirt, or football for you Europeans. I was always the short one. I was the short kid on the team. I was the short kid to get picked for, you know, the sports. I was just short. And I know I've probably said that about like 15 times by now, but I really just want to get the message across to you guys that I was never always the tall kid. And just to give you guys a comparison of how it was, you've probably already seen this picture from my awkward first kiss video. It's a picture of me in 8th grade standing next to my date. And you know, she's a girl. She was my date and she was a lot taller than I was. And it's not like she was super tall, you know, it was just that I was short. And here's a picture of me now. You know, this is the best picture that I could find. That was a good comparison. Kind of a funny picture of me and Tommy. It's one of my favorite pictures of me and Tommy. But Tommy, he's a really tall guy. And like, I'm almost as tall as him. So that's just kind of to show you guys a comparison. But yeah, so during high school, I was actually upset all the time for a lot of different reasons. But it always had to do with me being short. It just sucked for me. It really, really sucked just because, you know, like I said, all my friends were, you know, growing. They were a lot taller than I was. I wasn't excelling in sports as much as I wanted to. I wanted to be better at sports, but I couldn't because like I said, I just wasn't developing. I don't really want to get off topic, but in a way that's kind of also what pushed me toward video games and the world of online gaming. But so the reason why I was short and why I just wasn't growing is because I wasn't developing. I hadn't hit puberty yet. And if you don't know this yet, when you hit puberty, when you start developing a lot more, once your hormones start to kick in, you get into a growth spurt and you start growing a lot in a very short amount of time. That whole phase of life was super, super delayed for me. Like, I didn't even begin to really grow until I was like 16 years old. And then when I turned 16 years old, you know, between 16 and 17 years old, I grew a lot. Like, I hit my growth spurt and I grew a shit ton. Way more than any doctor had ever told me I would grow to be. And because me hitting puberty was so delayed, I'm still growing today. Like, even today, I'm still, you know, developing. I'm still getting taller. And so the reason that I'm telling you guys all of this, and this goes back to what I said at the beginning of the video, this video is for the short guy out there, especially for you younger guys out there who are still doing a lot of growing and who are just, you know, short right now. Don't let being short get you down. Like, if there's one thing that I could do, or, you know, tell my older self, it's that. Don't let anybody get you down for being something that you can't even really control. Like, people give Apex a lot of shit for being short. Even I give Apex shit for being short sometimes. Even though Apex knows it's a joke and it doesn't really affect him, you know, that's something that he can't control. He can't decide to just get taller all of a sudden, and that's something that people shouldn't really point out, you know, pick on him for. And I'm not just talking about Apex, I'm talking about everybody, you know, everybody who's, you know, shorter in general. And especially for you younger guys out there, you know, you're gonna grow when you're older. You're gonna grow a lot. Or maybe you don't grow a lot, and that's okay. That's completely fine. But please, for your own sake, don't be too hard on yourself. I've spent way too many frustrated, upset, sad evenings or nights or even days just like laying in bed when I was a kid, thinking about how shitty my life is gonna be when I'm older and how shitty my life is now because I'm not as tall as I wanted to be. And that might sound kind of crazy, but to me back then, that was a huge, huge thing. And also, I've never really talked about this before, but I kind of want to talk about it in this video. One of the other bigger things that came with developing late is the fact that my skin isn't clear at all. I cannot tell you guys how many tweets and comments I see every day of people picking on me, trying to put me down, you know, for what I have on my face. And even though a long time ago I was able to convince myself that, you know, the only people's opinions that matter are the people that I either, you know, look up to or the people that I respect. So hate comments, they rarely ever get to me, but every now and then, and most of the time, it's because somebody, you know, says something about how my face looks. You know, I have cameras on me all the time, I'm vlogging all the time, and it sucks. Acne acne really fucking sucks. You know, if you have clear skin, a clear face, then you don't know what it feels like, you know? You cannot relate to this. You are very lucky. You are blessed, because a lot of the time, it even really hurts. That's the worst thing about it. And that's just another thing, you know, if you don't have clear skin, don't let anybody put you down because you don't. Or if you're fat, or if you're ugly, or if you're anything, you know? Everybody's different in their own way. It sucks that a lot of people in today's world are super, you know, superficial. Even me sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. I know I talked a lot in this video. I know I said a lot of things. It was kind of a story, kind of a rant, kind of like a motivational video. But the main message that I want to send to you guys in this video, and it's something that I say in a lot of my videos, be a positive person. Try to be more positive throughout the day, you know, around people. Whether you realize it or not, you know, your mood, the things that you do really has an effect on the people around you. You never know if somebody's having a good day or a bad day. Like, you can never tell if someone's having a bad day, and if you're negative toward that person, it can make their day even worse. It can make them feel terrible. But yeah, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for me today. I really just wanted to talk. I had a lot on my mind, and I think I got it all out in this video. If you guys have any questions at all, you know, how my life was like when I was younger, or, you know, if you need help, if you have any questions at all, you know, leave them in the comment section or tweet at me. I'll definitely get back to some of you guys. But yeah, you know, I hope you learned a little bit more about me, and I hope you learned something as well, not just about me, but just in general about life and yourself. And I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Always remember to stay slothy. And yeah, that's been it. Peace.